Following 13 hours of deliberations, a jury returned verdicts in the Jeremy Washington trial around 2 o'clock this morning.
Jurors found him guilty of 4 of 11 charges related to a shooting as well as a crash that killed Bishop Dwenger student Haley Nellum in March of 2014. News Channel 15's Sarah Wagner has been covering the case. She joins us live from downtown Fort Wayne with more on this morning's verdict. Sarah?
The jury's decision came down here at the courthouse just about 3 hours ago. As you can imagine, it was a very intense and emotional courtroom as it was packed, as people were anxiously awaiting that verdict. As the judge read through each count, it got very emotional in the courtroom, especially from Washington's wife. The jury decided or determined Washington is guilty of 4 counts, including reckless homicide, causing death when operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, causing serious bodily injury when operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, and criminal recklessness committed while armed with a deadly weapon. He was found not guilty of 7 of the charges, including murder and attempted murder. The 8th and final day of this trial started with closing arguments yesterday morning. The jury got the case around 12:45 yesterday afternoon, as the families and everyone involved in the case anxiously awaited a verdict for hours. The prosecution and defense had to answer several clarifying questions for the jury. We got a chance to hear the reaction of both the prosecution and the defense shortly after the decision came down.
We respect the jury process. We respect the efforts that this jury has gone through over the last 8 days.
For our community to struggle with the death of somebody so young is very difficult. But at the same time, I mean, I don't want to get on a soapbox and say I have a job to do, but, you know, he was entitled to the best defense that we could give him, and the facts were there, and we just needed to make sure that all of the facts came out.
Washington was taken into custody immediately following the verdict announcement. Our cameras were rolling as he was loaded into a transport van, but he didn't answer any of our questions. His sentencing is scheduled for October 26th. Haley's family left the courtroom immediately following the verdict and chose not to talk to media. Understandably so. The jury was very tired after nearly 13 hours of deliberations, also chose not to speak on camera, but told us they're very glad it's over. For now, reporting live outside the Allen County Courthouse, Sarah Wagner, News Channel 15.